my grandmother taught me beadwork, from floral patterns on purses to fully beaded moccasins. I always have supplies of leather and beads. For this demonstration, I'll use felt for leather, a darning needle in place of beading needles, yarn for thread, and pony beads in place of traditional beads. Cut a paper bag to match the size of your leather. The pattern is your imagination drawn onto the square. Today I'm going to be showing you how you would bead if you were working with a leather project. I've got my supplies giant sized so that you can see how the work is done. And the first thing that you do is you draw your pattern, which I've drawn. Draw it on a paper bag, which works the best because it's pliable. And if this were your piece of leather, you'd be attaching it on. So we're going to start our project by attaching the paper onto the leather. So here we go. Okay, you're simply just going back and forth. Tie a knot to secure it. And your pattern is now in place for the work that you'll be doing. Alright, now that you've got your pattern in place, the first thing that you do is your outline. So I'm going to do all of this in black. You color it in last. So we'll do our first set of beads, tie a knot at the end of our string, and the first set of beads that you use is in groups of 4. I'm going to start right here on the face. So push it through. Then you work on the other side and you get your 4 black beads. All the beads you work 4 at a time. Okay. Now you put it through and you guesstimate where it is supposed to be on your pattern. So I'm saying about there. We'll push our needle through and it comes out on the line. So now we pull it through. Okay. Hold your 4 beads in place. And in the back, go back about halfway. So about there. Push it through. It comes out on the other side about halfway, which is right. There's your line. And then you put it through the 2 beads. That holds your line into place. Now I'll continue with another one so you can see how your lines are going to work. We take another 4 beads, put them through. We check our pattern on the back. it's going to be about here. So we push our needle through. When you're working with leather, it's much harder and the needles tend to bend a lot. So have a lot of needles. And then back about halfway, push it through. There we go. And through the last beads. 4 at a time, back 2. 4 beads, back 2. 4 beads, back through. Keep on going all the way around until you complete the outside of your pattern. So I'll get that done and we'll see how it looks. Alright, the project is finished. Okay, and now to do the last finishing touches to it. And you take the scissors and we're just going to cut all these things that held it in place. And we'll pull it right out of there. And as a last touch, you take off the paper that's on the back, and since you've poked holes in it, it's pretty much going to come off very easy. From the original piece, we used large items, so just to show you a comparison of the work, this is actual beadwork on a moccasin. You can see that the size is much smaller, and it's hard on the thumbs. My thumb has swelled up to twice the size. And all of this started with a little old lady who asked me to stay home in the afternoons so that she could teach me how to bead on leather. This is Musquat Tracks, and that is beadwork.